He's just not. I want you to know that there are 47 layers of top secret clearances above the President of the United States. 47 layers. You want to know your secret government? That's your secret government. He can't even get a clearance. He doesn't even know who to talk to get a clearance to find out about this stuff. Okay? So, it is important that we turn our focus a little bit and we start creating something different. This is what the founders did. This is what many people have done throughout the world. Okay, the Renaissance was something exactly like this. Okay? They threw off Rome and they tried to do something different. Rome, the church, the government of Rome, they threw it off and they tried to create something different. And it went for a while. Okay? Mentoring. The conversation in the exopolitics community, in my personal opinion, is no longer do UFOs exist. It's completely irrelevant. Okay? We already know they do. Where do they come from? That has some validity. Is it metal? That doesn't have any validity. It doesn't matter. Okay? What matters is, why are they here? And what can we do to learn from this experience? Now, the reason that many of the extraterrestrial groups benevolent are not talking to the government is because they know they're compromised. I will tell you that there has begun some mentoring off-world of our military. Off-world. It has begun. But that is such a small piece. What really needs to happen is we need to create a new domain of knowing, and we need to call this information directly to ourselves. No more middleman. No more middlemen. Okay? They can't be trusted. We have to do it ourselves. Now, how do we go about that? I don't have all those pieces. The idea was to share it and plant the seed inside of all of you to start thinking about, what does mentoring look like? How would you imagine extraterrestrials coming down and saying, okay, folks, you have pollution. We can help you with that, but these are the steps you need to do. Here's the technology that already exists on your planet to do this. And here is how you need to use it responsibly. Again, self-responsibility. Food, the growing of food. Water. Ladies and gentlemen, we have the technology to have all the drinking water we want. Just build desalination plants. We have all the water we need. But they won't spend a dime on any of that. Because if you don't have water, they have control over you. Okay, we have so much technology. We have free energy on the earth. Okay, Tesla did it in 1902. We know it exists. Okay? A hydrogen engine in a car was built in 1955 and did 110 laps at the Indianapolis 500 racetrack. The plans were bought by Gulf Western Oil and never seen from again. That's 1955. Okay? There's just so much. There's so much. The law of consistency, which is what the Andromedans call their holographic civilization, is set up like this. Every child, whether they understand the knowledge or not, is given the latest and greatest technology or knowledge, information, data, as it as it arrives. It starts at the youngest level. It doesn't start at the top and stay there, and then they decide, well, we'll wait till they're 25 to tell them about it. That is not the same soul. We need the children to evolve to advanced maturity a lot faster than they are. Yes, they're growing up pretty fast, but not to advanced maturity. Okay? Every single piece of information, every single tool that is available to everyone across the board. The children that graduate from high school or school in the Andromedan civilization are smarter than their parents. And no one has a problem with that because they inherit the society. They're the ones that continue to go out and expand the society and create the holographic pillars of their society. Okay? It is not. We are completely going backwards here. And if that isn't evident to everyone, I don't know what is. The law of consistency is that every truth is spoken. Everyone is forgiven. There is no monetary system. There is an absolute free healthcare system, but it has nothing to do with pharmaceuticals. It has to do with color, light, and sound, which is what we are, even in our physicality. Color, light, and sound. It has to do the advancement of the soul. We have a damaged DNA structure, so when we reincarnate, we do not always remember things. There are people who do great jobs doing past life regression, and people can pull some of those pieces. But to have cognizant memory when you come back into physicality is something we don't have presently. They have that because they don't have a damaged DNA structure. Can our DNA structures be repaired? According to them, absolutely yes. But we need to make some changes. We need to create the space for us to be free enough to explore those possibilities. We cannot do that with the power structure that's in existence today. So we need to create another domain of knowing. And that begins with yourself. The love that you withhold is the pain that you carry lifetime after lifetime. And it all begins with us, each one of us individually. Now, ladies and gentlemen, if we work, start thinking, start talking about a mentoring relationship, what that looks like, how would we want to put it together, how would even go so far as to say, okay, here's where we want to do this. Here's how we want to do it. Who do we want present? Do we televise it to the masses? Everything, every detail, they absolutely will meet us halfway. They are not going to come in here and save us or rescue us from ourselves. They're not going to do it. If any of you are familiar with the Andromedan information, one of the things that was first shared with me when I became an adult was that in our galaxy, tyranny showed up very unexpectedly. And them and other races that are part of the Andromedan Council have come back in time to this moment on our planet and the other star systems that are having problem with the pirates to this time period. This shift in consciousness here is what flips it either way. They're going to intervene, and they have been intervening in very, very subtle ways, because no one wants to live in tyranny, not now or in the future. No one does. So this is our moment. This is our moment as a humanity, as a race, to really decide, are we or are we not going to unite as one? Are we or are we not going to watch each other's back? Are we or are we not going to stop taking crap from bureaucracy? We have to make a decision, and that decision is upon you. And you're going to be forced very, very soon to make a decision. And I'm not just talking to you folks here in the audience. I know that this is being streamed, and I know that these DVDs and things have a life of their own. I know that better than anybody. Okay? The time is now, and all it does is it starts with you, just to make a decision. Okay? To do something, to be radical, to be a rebel again. Most of us guys in this audience, we know what that's like. Being a rebel. We grew up shooting guns, chewing toast into the shape of a pistol, okay? Rescuing the damsel, excited about the next adventure. We know about that. You know? That's part of who we are. We are not domesticated lapdogs. We're just not. And I'm not going to be.